Hello everyone, welcome back to Argsy Farms here on the Oaks Realistic Multiplayer server. We have moved forward another month, we're into June of year number 1 and our grass has germinated and started growing. Both fields are looking nice and green, which is great to see. It's a great sight after our efforts getting this planted last week to now have it up. And well, it now needs some nitrogen. You can see down the bottom there in the precision farming info. Nitrogen's okay, but we could put some more on it to boost it up. So we have got the Massey, we have got the spreader. Now, our farmhand has been on, and I've actually already put some fertilizer on the other field, the other grass field, but it doesn't look like this one has been done. And it's actually quite evident when you look at the precision farming data. So you can see we are up here at this field. This is, well, a little bit of 0 and pretty much all 20 kilograms per hectare. We look at the field over here, this is the other one we have which we planted, and this is pretty much 40 to 60. And if you walk across that, it is actually showing up as being perfect across most of it. And you can see here it's had 732 litres of mineral fertiliser applied. And if we click back on this one, it's saying it's had 2, but I don't quite know how that works out. So we'll go through and we will get some more fertiliser applied to this one. We might shoot down and give that field a little squirt and see if it does help at all or not, just while we've got the spreader on and set up and ready to go. Hopefully we've got enough fertiliser. I think we've got 1800 litres up in there, so we'll jump up in. Get things started up, turn off those beacons, we're not on the road anymore, and we might just run around. I'm not actually sure how wide this spreader is, but hopefully if we turn it on, there we go. Decent width actually. This is not going to take very long at all. In fact, I could probably just about talk while we're doing this. Can we do it in 2 passes? Probably not quite. But there we go, we're getting our optimal rate of fertiliser applied. You can see the bar in the top left corner is getting this nitrogen on, and should make our grass yield even higher when we come to mow it next, which will be fantastic. I'm still curious as to whether we will get 2 cuts off this before the end of the year or not. It'd be great if we can, because that would really help to bring some more income into the farm, and also help set us up for cows. We can focus on taking some hay possibly off it next time. We might even do 1 field of hay and 1 of silage, so we can sell some silage and keep the hay. I'm still not sure, still figuring those things out, and some decisions do need to be made. Because at the moment there's not much else to do on the farm. The canola is looking really good. It's doing what it needs to do, growing and heading towards maturity. Still quite a way to go on that though, of course, and otherwise we've only got the 2 grass fields. So what we are going to be focused on mostly this month is to head on down to the farm down the bottom for sheep. I can't recall the name of it off the top of my head. We will have a look and double check that, but we're going to head down there. I think I mentioned it in the last episode. We've got some hay and some silage contracting to do down there for him, for his cattle operation. He's got quite a few cows down there and is in need of some food, so we're going to head back over to the yard once we've finished up here, and we will go and grab the mowers, hook those up, go down and get everything mowed. Might as well mow it all at once, and then we'll work our way down. We're obviously going to have to ted some for the hay, and the rest we'll just need to windrow. So what we'll probably do, get it mowing, ted what we need to, get on down with the windrow everything up, and then we'll go back down with the baler and tackle the fields in turn and get the silage done and the hay done. So that is pretty much our jobs for this month. Of course, once we've got this fertilizer applied and got these crops looking nice and healthy, all this grass looking nice and healthy. So, like I said, I'm going to just about talk the whole way through doing this field. 1 little pass to do down the middle, and we will go and do that. And then I will shoot over and take a quick look at that other field. Give that a quick application, see if it makes a difference or not. And then we'll be done. And there we go, all done. And now, looking down in the bottom corner, we are getting that nitrogen perfect pretty much across the whole field. And in fact, let's go and have a look at the precision farming map and just see if that colour's changed to a more consistent colour across the whole lot. And there it is. You can see we've got 60 across the whole field. So I do wonder if we can go down and on the other field here, just apply a bit in this corner to get this 40 kilograms per hectare up to 60 and get an even application of fertiliser across there. And in fact, I was just looking at the canola field up in there. Some of it's a little bit light. Not sure what the optimum for canola is, but it's all at 140 minimum, so it should be good. Should be good. Right, we'll leave that. I don't want to be going and destroying any of the crop if we don't have to, because we shouldn't have to drive on it again until it is being harvested. So let's get our beacons turned on. We'll head down to the other field, get that looked at very quickly just to see if we can make a difference, and then we're going to get started on some mowing. Alright, well here we are. We've just taken a look, and I've driven in to the area that looked like it needed the most nitrogen, but it won't go up anymore. So of course, because of the different soil types, I didn't take that into account, but grass on sandy loam actually only needs 55 kilograms, so everything is optimal on that one. It was only the one field that wasn't done that we did have to go and do, so we'll turn that off. There's no point in running it. We'll jump back into the cab proper, and we'll head on our way back up to the farm. I'm going to get everything set up and make our way down towards the farm down the bottom, where we're going to go and get some fields mowed. Well, I'm not going to lie, I've just spent way too much time trying to get both the tedder and the windrower on the trailer at once, because I thought if we can be efficient about this, we can take 2 trips down, one with the mowers, and then we can take everything else down in another trip, and then all we need to do is come back with the bigger tractor, drop the mowers off, grab the baler, and everything that we need is down there, ready to be loaded. We can then bring everything back in just a couple of trips rather than having to go there and back every time. So we've just settled on taking the tedder down on the trailer. We obviously don't need it straight away. Mowing is the first task to go and do, and like I said, a little bit too much time. Would have been great if there was no collision on the back of these ramps, because I think the drawbar would have just about fitted through the gap, and we could have had that just sticking out a little bit on the back, and we would have been fine. But anyhow, we're stuck with what we've got, so we're just going to jump here into the 7718, and we'll head on down to the farm down the bottom. In fact, before we go anymore, I need to double check the name. Twin Creek Cattle Co. is where we're heading. So it's a bit of a haul, a bit of a drive. We'll get on our way down there, and we'll catch you when we're down there. We'll have a look at what fields we have to mow, and we'll go and get started. So we're just pulling into Sheep's Farm, or Twin Creek Cattle Co. down here at the very bottom of the map. In fact, if you're familiar with the Oaks, if we just look across that way, just through there is the main sugar mill and everything like that. In fact, the silos and everything like that. That is the sugar mill down here in the Oaks. But we've just gone past, but this is the main entrance into Twin Creek Cattle Co. We've actually gone past the 2 fields that we're going to be working in, or 3 fields that we're going to be working in, but I thought we'd come down here and have a quick little look first. But as you can see, we've already got a lot of grass stored, and that was so they could get an initial start on the animals. You can see we've got some different animals, some calves in there. I think we go a bit further across, so well set up, lots and lots of space for animals. As you can see, some bigger cattle in that one. There we go. Yes, you can see those bigger cattle, which is working really well for Dazed, because he can get down here with his slurry spreading and buy some slurry and things like that. Like a feed mixer in there, looks like some TMR and things, and that all mixed up. So yeah, pretty well set up down here, particularly for the cattle. Very cattle-centric focus for this farm. But let's have a look on the map and see where it is we're going to go, what fields we are mowing, and which one's going to be hay and which one's going to be silage. So there you go, you can see the main farmlands down here. We're in the middle of where 89 is. That is the main farmyard, and we've got those 2 fields, or Sheep has those 2 fields just to the north, field 86 and field 87, which is a recent purchase. Now, field 86 is going to be the hay paddock, and field 87 is going to be silage, as well as, and I'll just get out of this, the field just below field 86, sort of that triangular wedge shape field. That is also going to be silage. So I think we might as well come in and start on this field here, the other cursor. So we'll come and start on this field here, get that one mowed, and we'll mow this one. We'll finish up here at this one, which will lead us out back on the way, back up the farm. So I actually went probably the longer way, because I came out the farm this way, but when we go back, we'll be able to go straight down the road here, and should be just that little bit faster. So let's head on around the corner. We'll go and find this first field, get set up and start doing some mowing. I'm looking forward to this. We haven't done any mowing on the server yet. Our farmhand has managed to take care of all of that work for us, so a little bit of a different task for today. Nice part of the farm too, actually. We managed to catch Dazed a couple of episodes ago. He was doing some spreading on this. Now I'm hopeful we can get into this field from this side. It looks like a bit of a waterway, so we'll have to go for a bit of an explore. Could be that we have to go back through. There was a gate over on the other side of the field, I think, but we'll go and find out exactly how we get across this into the grass and go and start getting mowed in there. And indeed, it does look like, very trickily, it does come off the main road over the other side. There's no access to it from the farm in here, where you can see this waterway around these 2 sides. So we'll leave that one, we'll go across the road, or across the train tracks, and go and find the second of the 2 fields. which should be just up over here. Now, I know we don't have to be careful because there's no trains on the map, but we will double check just in case. Alright, so I think this is the field in here on the left, is number 87. We'll double check that when we get up to it, but I'm pretty sure that's the one we're looking for. So field entrance just here, we'll turn in, consult the map, make sure we're mowing the right field, and then we'll get into it. I look like an idiot, but good thing we checked. This is field 83. 86 is actually tucked in here behind all these houses. There we go, I can see that entrance down there just now, through the gate and in there, and that is going to be the hay field. So obviously not as much hay wanted as there is silage, but that is it just in here. So this shouldn't take too long to get around this one. It is a pretty small field compared to the other ones. Get that gate opened. Here we are, just pop in here and have a look. It is ready to harvest, perfect pH, perfect nitrogen, and expected yield, not quite up to the yield potential. But there we go, it goes a wee way around the corner. Anyhow, enough said, let's get in here, get everything unfolded, and we'll start doing some mowing. So we've closed the gate so we can get closer into the corner here, get that back mower unfolded, start unfolding that front one up there as well. There's not much point in using GPS in this field, I don't think. But there we are, get that turned on and lowered down. Perfect. Get the back mower turned on and lowered down as well. And let's just go forward and make sure everything is mowing like it should. Looks pretty good to me. Here we are, there's the front mower. So let's just jump into this, rip ourselves away around the edge of the field, try and get as close as we can to the edges without hitting any hedges, or I think we were going to catch that one, without hitting any hedges or trees or anything like that. And then once we've opened the field up proper, we'll be able to get into it with gusto. Just deal with that little bit of lag that's coming there. It's not going to be the prettiest mowing job, but we'll make do. Joys of a multiplayer server. Said it all along, I've lived with worse, so we will certainly make do with what we've got here. But there we go, we're up and moving. So let's just chop into it, get some mowing done, and we'll see when we're finished. Well, it wasn't the neatest job, but it got the grass all mowed. There we go. That last little piece just there, and we'll be able to get things turned off. Lift that back one up and start folding that up, and likewise with the front. But like I said, not the neatest job, but everything is done, so that's a good start. We'll head on out. We need to come down and get this tedded. Now, I do need to remember, and I haven't actually looked whether this mower allows it, but we do have to remember that we are using Maize Plus, so when it comes to conditioning the hay, we do need to make sure we set it how we want it to, probably just to run over it once with the tedder to get it to be hay, and likewise with the grass for silage, it doesn't actually matter at all how it is. But there we go, first field all done, which was nice. We'll head on out. Now, actually before we go anywhere further than the gate, let's just double check exactly where we're heading next. We'll probably go up to field 87, which is just up the way, and then we'll go back down to the other one. So I did notice field 87, I'm pretty sure had a gate up over here somewhere, so perhaps we will go back down, come back down in this way, and the gate into this field is down here somewhere. So I think if we head out to the right, we'll head along that way, and we will go and find what we can find. So we'll shoot out of here, get the gate closed, and let's go and find our way into the next one. So here we are, here is the gate, right at the entrance as we head on down to the farm. We didn't, like I said, I knew it was here, we drove past it, but I was hoping that there was actually going to be another field entrance around the other side, without realising there was the drainage ditches there. So it's good to learn all these farms actually, it's good to find our way around, understand what exactly everyone else has got, and where they're heading, where we can go. Not sure what's going on with the grass there, looks like a slightly different growth cycle with that, but we'll get in here. This one is going to be silage, so again we don't have to worry too much about conditioning or anything like that, because we can just get straight in here and windrow it up and get it baled. But again, not too big a field actually. Was a little bit daunted by how many bales we might end up with, mainly because as part of our full service we have to stack them, load them, and get them stored away for sheep wherever it is he wants them. So that was always a little bit of a worry, considering having to deal with things here on the server. But it is what it is. Anyhow, let us carry on. I think we'll just jump straight back into another time lapse, follow through with that, and then we'll be able to maybe do a little bit of a montage in the next field with the mowing. We'll just see how we go. Anyhow, we'll catch up with you when we're finished. This field is deceptively big. I thought it was quite similar to the last one, but it is quite a lot bigger. Well, feels bigger anyhow. It's taken us a bit longer to get done, but there we go. All finished. So again, get things turned off, lifted up, folded up, and we will head on down the road and find the next field. We're cracking through this in a great rate of knots. It's actually quite good. I didn't know how far in this session we might actually get through the whole process, but we should be able to make a decent dent in it. At least, I'd like to say get it windrowed. We'll see. Get that gate closed. Don't want to leave it open and have any animals go in there or anything. Alright, let's carry on. Beacon's back on, and we'll go and find the next one. Back down the road here. It shouldn't be too far away. Alright, and here we are. This is the entrance to the next one. So we'll just get pulled off there. No traffic behind us. Oh, the van didn't want to go past. So we can get far enough forward. There we go. They can keep on going. And it looks like this gate we should be able to leave open, unlike the earlier one. So look, here we go. It's owned by Twin Creek Cattle Co, so we know we're in the right place when we look at that. But there we go. This one must go around the corner a bit. And again, this one is going to be full silage. But yeah, this one does feel quite a bit bigger. Some quite big long runs there, which would be nice for windrowing. It should be more efficient working in a big long field like this than the other ones. I reckon we could probably do that just about as quick as some of the others. Anyhow. Really impressed with this Massey. It's a nice looking setup actually, nice looking rig. Good combination. I like the equipment we're running with it too. So it's working out very well. The only thing we could upgrade and would make it better is if we could swath with the mower, and then we wouldn't have to worry about bringing the swather down for silage. We could do that all with the mower, which would make things a little bit more efficient, but the cost of one of those significantly more than this mower was, so that sort of drove that decision from the start. But there you go. Alright, let's carry on. A little bit of a montage this time. Hey, we'll get the headlands opened up, we'll get around the field a couple of times, and once we are using our GPS and able to not have to concentrate quite so much, we'll jump into that. So we'll see you in a minute. And that's all our mowing done, which is good. It's flowing by. Been super efficient. This field was great to do with these big long passes and everything like that. And I think I might just spin around. I think I just spotted a little bit by the gate. We might just go and try and tidy up on the corners. Hardly anything. Just a little bit right there. It wasn't anything at all. There we go. All done. So we'll get that all turned off again. Things folded up. And we'll head on back home. Get back down here with our trailer, bring the tedder down, we'll head on into the hayfield, get that conditioned and ready to be made into hay, and then we'll probably try and get back down here. Certainly do want to get back down with the windrower. Whether we get any baling done today, I'm not sure, but definitely want to get back down here with the windrower and get some of that done. So let's head on back up to the farm, and we'll see you in just a bit. We've been back to the farm, dropped the other tractor and mowers off, and we've made the switch. We're here in the smaller of the Massies and heading on back down to Twin Creek Cattle Ranch, and going to go and get that hayfield tedded. We're going to leave the trailer down there. Once we're done, we'll bring the tedder back, and then we'll turn around and go back down with the windrower. Once the windrower's down there, we'll leave it there and until we come back with the trailer, once we've moved all the bales. And then we only need to take the other tractor down with the baler. So I'm still trying to think whether this is the most efficient way to do it. Obviously this is probably almost the longest haul we're going to have on the farm if we're doing any bales for anyone, or on the map at least. So I don't know, we'll see. There's a little bit of driving, I've said it before, start again. There is a little bit of driving, but you are on a 4x map, and it's part of the charm of it really, to get out and check out the countryside. And it's beautiful, I love it. Just everywhere you look, some nice vistas, nice outlook, nice looking piece of land. So and I can only dream of owning some of these. Look at the size of them. Anyhow, let's carry on. We'll go down there and we will go and start getting that hay or grass tedded and get it made into some hay. So we're back down here at the yard, and we are just going to get everything all unhooked so we can get the tedder off the back here. We'll leave the trailer here, hopefully it's not in the way. Of course farmer can come in and move it if it's going to be an inconvenience for them, but there we go, we get that all disconnected and unhooked, and now it's just a case of backing up the ramp and getting ourselves hooked up to the tedder. Then we'll head across the field and go and start getting that field done. The trailer sits a little bit low, it's a little bit funky actually. I'm not sure whether it's meant to be like that, whether it's meant to be more of a block under it, but you'll find as we back up here it does sort of put the weight on it and level it out. But I do feel like there should be something more underneath the jack at the front, or the stand. So hopefully we can get this hooked up. Looks a little bit off. In fact, I'm a little bit off on the trailer. That's not very useful. We'll try and square ourselves up and get this hooked up, and we'll go and start doing some tedding. If you ever wanted evidence that straps work on equipment, there it is. I've left the tedder strapped on, and it tried to lift it up. Instead of lifting it up, it's lifted our tractor up. Let that go. And our tractor will go back down. There we go. Good to see, good to see. I like that. Great new feature, great feature they added into FS22. Right, let's go and get this off the trailer. We'll go and start getting that hay ted. So we made it down here into the field, just getting things unfolded. Now you'll see, if I just cycle Y, you can see at the bottom there on the menu tedder stage, we've got it set to hay, but of course we can go through with Maize Plus, base game, conditioned, semi-dry, or hay. We're going to go straight to hay. There's no point in going through any of the other options. Nice wide tedder though. It's nice Vicon Fanex 904. It's a good size actually. Good size. Perfect size for this map, I think. There we go. We'll get that lowered down, and love that tedder animation. Such a good looking animation. Really throws that grass out the back and spreads it out nice and wide. Now, make sure we make that corner a little bit tight. There we go. We're making hay. Well, not quite, but we're getting hay ready to be made. So, carry on. Shouldn't take us too long to get around this field. I think it's time for another short little time lapse. Been a few of them so far, but best way to show you what we're doing. So we'll see when we're finished. Like I said, it'll be a bit of a drive back up to the yard. We'll bring back down the windrower and we'll make a start on getting that all done too. And how good does that look? All turned over, all tedded, and nice and dry now, which is fantastic. Love the way it's all spread out. Actually, it's spread it out perfectly, nice and widely spread all around. There we go. Turn things off. Let those all stop spinning, and then we'll get it folded up. And I think I'm just trying to decide, and we're going to go and grab the windrower, like I said. But what I might do, I might grab the windrower, bring that down, windrow at one field, get that baled, because I'd really like to be able to put some baling into this video. And I can't guarantee that if I was to spend the next hour or so windrowing, whether I would have time to actually carry on with the baling. So what we might do, we're not going to leave that gate open, but we will come back and I think we'll do some windrowing and we'll start doing some baling as well. So let's get on back up to the farm. Another trip on the road. Probably spend just as much time driving back and forth as we do in the field, but at least that part is now done, and there's only a couple more trips left and we'll be all finished. So we'll probably not even going to bother showing you us getting the windrower. We'll just see when we're back with it. So we've made it back down here with the windrower, and I've decided we're going to start out here in this field. I thought it was a little bit bigger than the hayfield. Obviously it's also in quite a decent shape to start out in, but not quite as big as the other one. So we're making do with this. Now I wouldn't say I'm cheating, but we do have the other tractor on its way down here with the auto drive. Auto drive is on the map and is usable. You can see that the money is ticking down though. It's not something you want to be using very often, because we've got the wages for auto drive drivers sitting pretty much at the maximum it can be, just to make it more of a penalty to be using it, I suppose, so people don't rely on it all the time. But for my own sanity, driving back and forth between our farm and this farm was taking quite some time. So here we are down here, and we'll have the baler down here very soon. But firstly, I do need to get through and get this all windrowed up. So we'll get things all turned on, powered up. That's all dropped down there, set our cruise control, and we'll be able to get going. And there we are, windrowing. So make sure we try and get some nice straight rows, because obviously the straighter they are, the easier it is to drive the baler over it. I don't have GPS on this tractor. I'm still on the fence whether I'm regretting that decision or not when we made it, when we set it up. Sometimes, and there's been a couple of times I thought it would be fantastic to have had it, and then I think the times that would be good have not outweighed the costs we saved yet at this stage. So we'll wait and see. I know we still got 98 grand in the account, but I think we need to try and start looking at some other avenues for some income, so we might look to branch out a little bit here in the not too distant future. But anyhow, enough talking. The baler will be here soon. We need to crack in and get this all rowed up and ready that we can jump straight into that and start doing some baling. So sit back, relax, jump into a little bit of a montage, and we'll see you very soon. And there we go, that is our baling all finished. That was a bit of an effort. A lot of bales actually. I haven't done a final count yet, and of course being a multiplayer server we can't actually use the bale count, which FSG and I also discovered the other day on Hannah, Indiana. So we'll have to go through and count them. Pretty easy to do in this field, just a couple of little bits we will go and tidy up. Reason we need to count the bales is that we are being paid per bale as well, so we have an agreed rate for those. So when we come to do an invoice for the farmer, we will make sure we know exactly how many bales we've done, give them an update on it as well, and therefore then there is no ambiguities about who's paying who what, which I thought was probably the best way to do it. But we'll make sure we get these last few little bits of grass. Then I think we might just park up here on the side of the field, leave our equipment down here, and we'll be ready to go, or at least whoever comes in next will be ready to go with getting this picked up and also the other two fields baled. But everything is all set, just needs to be windrowed and baled. Just park that there. This actually needs to grab a screenshot as well. We will do that, but let's just see if we can count while we're sitting up in here how many bales there are in total. So 33 bales in there by my count, so that's over 150, about 165,000 litres of silage just out of that one, and from my experience mowing the other one, I think the other one's going to be bigger. And then we've got the hay as well, so yeah, it's going to work out pretty well. I think we're going to get a good amount of hay and silage here for Twin Creek Dairies. I think they are going to be they're going to have ample supplies, which I think is a great idea. I wonder if the Twin Creek came from the two ditches here running either side. Interesting, not sure. Just thought about that. Anyhow, this is going to be a wrap for me, a wrap on these bales and a wrap on this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I expect when we tune in next we're probably going to be into, in fact I think we might be into September. We'll see if we can catch up on what progress has been done, but of course I'm off to FarmCon in just a few days time, and we're going to have someone in on the server taking care of things for us and just getting what work we need to do done. We're actually in a good position on the farm at the moment where the canola is growing, the grass is growing, so we might actually be able to have a couple of months away and not actually miss out on anything other than any contract work that might need to be done. So that is where we are, that is where we're heading, and next time you see us we'll give you an update on exactly how many bales we ended up doing here, how much hay, how much silage we got, and how much that earned us. Anyhow, as always, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.